today's video is going to be hamster necessities. Now, there are a bunch of necessities for having a hamster, and in this video I thought I would just describe to you what some of the necessities are, and also some things that you can buy for your pets that aren't really necessities, but things that can maybe better your pet's life or better your hamster owning abilities. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing we have is a hamster igloo. Now, hamster igloos are just like your hamster's hideout. I call anything that a hamster can hide out their igloo, just because this is a hamster igloo. But basically, hamster hideouts and hamster igloos are made for your hamster to feel safe in. Now, your hamster may use this, or they may make their own home, which is fine. It's your hamster's habitat. Let them do what they want. But if your hamster does choose this option, this is totally fine. They're safe. They're just plastic. If your hamster does chew on them, kind of egg them away from chewing on it. But it is totally safe, and they are actually, I would say, a necessity because your hamster can hide in them, and it gives them a place to feel safe and a place to call home. Necessity number 2 is hamster food. Hamster food is obviously very important because it is your hamster's nutrients, it's your hamster's food, it's what they eat. It'll just keep your hamster from obviously not starving to death. So that's another importance, and definitely a necessity for your pet. Just like if you were to buy a dog, you would buy dog food. When you own a hamster, you buy hamster food. I think that's pretty, I think that's a common thing. I would hope so. But yeah, hamster food, I've gone over Chloe's diet in another video, but I'll just quickly tell you what it is. It's the Vitakraft Vitasmart is what I feed her. There's camouflage duct tape because it used to be a peanut butter jar, and there's a label around it, but hey, it fits a bag of food, so why not use it? The next thing I have here is a hamster water bottle. This is a plastic one, which I do not recommend the plastic ones, simply because the plastic ones are more able for your hamster to chew on them versus the metal ones. Your hamster can't really chew on it, and they can't chew through the plastic part and make it leak. So I definitely recommend the glass and metal ones versus the plastic ones. But this is just a plastic one. It's just a normal one. I got it from PetSmart. I have two ones. This one's the backup. Sometimes I switch them out if I want colors. But if she does start to chew on it, I put the metal one back in, the metal and glass one back in. But yeah, a hamster water bottle is obviously necessary because your hamster does need to drink. You can use a hamster water bottle or a hamster water dish, but water dishes tend to get dirty a lot more. I find bedding getting kicked in them, so I definitely prefer a water bottle over a water dish. Next up here we have Chloe's food dish. This is a backup food dish. It's not her food dish that I use every single day, nor is it in her tank all the time. It is mainly there for if she has vegetables or a special treat, I give this to her. So yeah, I do not recommend plastic food dishes because they tend to be chewed on, and it's not very safe because it can cause sharp edges, and also you don't want your hamster to ingest all that plastic. So I don't recommend plastic food dishes. Also, this is a really small food dish. This is Chloe's hamster wheel. This is another necessity. Your hamster will exercise at night, so when you're asleep, your hamster is running away in its own mind. It's not really running away. I hope not anyways. But in the wild, I forgot what the statistics are, but they run a lot at night. So your hamster's wheel is very, very important. It can give them exercise while you might put them in the ball during the day, I still recommend hamster wheels are very important. So yeah, this is the KT Comfort Wheel. It's totally safe. It's not runged. It's not very expensive. And yeah, it's a great hamster wheel. But I'll tell you this, it is not silent. So don't think that. It does kind of squeak and rattle. But a lot of the silent spinners aren't big enough for some Syrians. So yeah, this is a good wheel, although it is not silent. Next up is hamster chews. These are Chloe's hamster chews. There's a whimsy chew, which is the orange thing. There's a pencil chew in the middle, and then there's a lava block chew on the end. So those are her chews. But hamster chews are very important because your hamster's teeth never stop growing. So these would be obviously super important because if your hamster's teeth overgrow, they can pierce the top of their mouth and cause starvation. And of course, if your teeth were too long, which I don't think that's possible with humans, but if they were too long, you would be uncomfortable, and you don't want to make your pet uncomfortable. So hamster chews are definitely important. And her whimsy chew is not chewed on yet because I haven't put that in there. Her other one is still wasting away. The next thing we have here are hamster treats. These are, once again, well, not once again, but these are not a necessity. These are more something that you can give your pets as a reward for training, or you can give these to your pets just when you feel. I only give treats once a week. I give 2 a week, and she slowly eats them. So, yeah, I don't really feed treats that often because you really shouldn't. The graduate puffs that are strawberry apple, they're totally safe for your hamster. They're made with whole grains. They're Gerber graduates, but they are safe for a hamster. And then in the middle there's carrot cake flavored yummy treat drops, or yummy drop treats, I don't know. They're by All Living Things, and then on the end, there's the Sunseed Animal Lovin's apple strudel treats, which she is absolutely in love with. So I recommend all those treats because Chloe enjoys them quite a bit. The next thing is a coffee mug. This is the M&M Christmas one, but it's not really different. But your hamster might hoard their food in these, or kind of explore, and it's a cute decoration for around Christmas time, or anything like that. These are very, very great for your hamster, if they decide to use them. It's not really great for a hamster, but, I mean, it's a cute decoration. Next up is a rock. Rocks aren't a necessity, but they can help wear your hamster's toenails down, so you can hold your hamster and the nails won't scratch you as bad. But once again, these are not a necessity. They are kind of just something you can put in for decoration and also to help your hamster. So yeah, that's kind of what you could use that for. But your hamster might like them quite a bit, so you can give it a shot. I just found these outside and sanitized them. There's plenty of videos on here of sanitizing. Just look up how to sanitize a rock for your hamster, and I'm sure a huge load of videos will pop up. Next, this is just a box, but this is the Puzzle Playground by KT, and I have it built pretty much how the package is right now. Just there's one end missing. But this isn't a necessity at all. It's just kind of for your hamster's benefits. They can play with it, and they can run through it, and it looks cute in their tanks. It kind of looks like a castle. That's what it reminds me of. So I think it's very cute, and Chloe loves it a lot. But yeah, she enjoys it quite a bit, and quite likes it. This is Chloe's hamster ball. Hamster balls are kind of one of those things that you can either be with or against. I'm with the whole hamster ball thing as long as you supervise There's plenty of air holes in it, and it just kind of gives your hamster the feeling of running free, and I really like that, so they don't feel like they're in jail all the time. And yeah, my hamster, Chloe, loves it. She runs around in it just about every day, and it's very safe. The next hamster necessity is hamster bedding. This is the KT Clean and Cozy. It's very good bedding. It absorbs nicely. It kind of stinks because it's paper. Stinks when like she pees on it, but if you do litter boxes or you spot clean, you shouldn't have that much of an issue with it. It's very good bedding. It's totally safe for your hamster, which is nice. Pine and cedar beddings are not good at all, and you definitely should not use them because they can affect your hamster's respiratory systems, and you just should stay away from those. So you can use these paper-based beddings as long as they're not too dusty, which KT Clean and Cozy has always come through for me. I've always liked it. I used it since day one. Carefresh for me tends to be really dusty, so I don't really recommend Carefresh. But it all, I guess, depends on the packaging, possibly. I really don't know why it's so dusty. I do know some people use it, but I personally do not recommend it. And you can also use Aspen, because Aspen is very great. It's very absorbent. I didn't buy it this time, but she's had it in the past. The reason I didn't buy it this time was because I decided I wanted something a little bit softer for the summer, and then maybe I'll go back to Aspen in the winter because it kind of goes well with the natural winter theme, I guess. But yeah, that's what I chose. I love this bedding a lot, and I totally recommend it. The last thing I'm saying in this video is the last necessity, which will make your hamster very, very happy, is a cage, obviously, but it's the cage size that more matters. You want your hamster to live happily, you want them to be healthy and happy, and cage size definitely does matter. Now, the appropriate cage size for a Syrian hamster is 20 gallons. Chloe's tank, I think I previously said it was about 40 gallons in all, but I found out it's about 55 gallons, I'm pretty sure. It's pretty big, it's long, it's got a lot of space for toys, and that will definitely make your hamster happy. Being cramped up in a 10-gallon tank is not good. Don't do it. It's not good for your pet. And it just doesn't look right. Some people are like, they're so small, what do they care? But really, they can stretch out and be very long, and also, wouldn't you want the bigger the better? And they can be kind of expensive, but you can get one second hand. Maybe your parents have one in their basement that they'd be willing for you to buy, or maybe even let you have. Or maybe you can save your money and buy one before you get your hamster. I had a 10-gallon when I first got Chloe, and I didn't like it at all, and I knew after to change it, and I changed it right away. And she's happy now. She's lived in this for most of her stay here. So, yeah, she's really like that. So, a 20-gallon tank or larger, no smaller than 20 gallons. The pet store cages usually aren't big enough. Just measure them. Some of them are fine. I don't prefer wire cages. I've never had one for her. But they can escape them. And also they might chew on the bars at night, so that's kind of annoying. And tanks aren't the perfect solution because they can chew in the corners. But they're a lot better than some of the things that you can find. So, yeah, that is the cage necessity. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!